Our, oh, yeah. Okay. Before we get started, please turn off all electronic devices. The bailiff has been instructed to escort any individual failing to comply from the courtroom, but with those present, I don't think we'll have a problem. Okay, let's see here. So how we're going to proceed today, let me explain here. Let's see here. So the procedure we're going to use today during the sentencing hearing, the prosecution will have an opportunity to present evidence. Once the prosecution finishes, the defense will have an opportunity to present evidence as well. Then, if there are any friends or families present of the victim, Josh King, they will have the opportunity to make a statement. Thereafter, the prosecution will have the opportunity to argue and provide recommendations for sentencing. Then defense will have their opportunity to make an argument. If Jaquandria King chooses to, she will have an opportunity to also make a statement. Then the court will impose a sentence in this case. All right, let's start it. And then I'll formally call the State of San Andreas versus Jaquandria King, case 21-20419. Are both sides ready?
Yeah. Guess I'm the only one ready.
Prosecution, defense, if you're not shouting, please do so because I did not hear any answer.
Your Honor, could you repeat what you said? I did not hear you the first thing.
Are both sides ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
And State, are you ready? Mr. Pemberton?
Yes, Your Honor, I am ready. My apologies.
Thank you. Parties, please start by introducing your members.
Derek Crimson for the state.
Thank you.
Annette Moreau for the defense.
Yes, ma'am. Would you mind speaking up, please? I find it very hard to hear you.
I am currently shouting, Your Honor.
Okay, let me adjust my hearing aid. Okay. Do we have any preliminary matters?
I'm Jaquandria King from the hood. I just wanted to be introduced.
Thank you. All right, Miss Jaquandria King, according to our paperwork here, you are being charged with, let's see, we're starting with PC 2202, second-degree murder. How do you plead to these charges?
I don't have a computer, and like I did it.
Madam Moreau, would you like to advise your client on how to provide a plea to these charges, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. 1 second.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Miss King?
But that's like kind of rude that if I don't feel guilty, I gotta say I'm guilty. Like I don't feel good. Okay, I'm guilty, but I don't feel it.
All right. To the PC 1108 federal hostage take, how do you plead to these charges?
I mean, like I didn't take a federal person. I mean, unless Josh was like a cop or something, or a judge, which I don't even know because like we just found him in the street. But like I did it.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm guilty, but I don't feel it. Sorry. There you go.
Okay. For PC 2317 felonious trespassing, how do you plead to these charges?
Felonious? What you mean? Like the door was open. Is that what you mean?
Trespassing in a building, felonious, it's a felony.
But the door was unlocked? Like I opened the door, they were there? I mean, like I walked into the building, I guess. Like
Well, you provide a plea versus an argument at this time, ma'am.
I guess I'm guilty, but I don't feel it.
Then to PC 2301, possession of a Class 1 firearm. How do you plead to these charges?
I mean, the same, I guess. Guilty, but I don't feel it. Like, I don't know what else I'm gonna say.
Okay. The court acknowledges Ms. King's guilty plea to all charges. Mr. Pemberton, please proceed with your evidence.
Alrighty. So, in evidence or exhibit 1A, we do have the everything that Miss King was in possession of at the time of arrest. We do have that one Class 1 firearm, and then we also, I believe that's the only thing she was charged for. So that does show that the possession of a Class 1, she was in. She did have possession of that Class 1.
I just said that.
All right, and Madam Moreau, would you like to provide your evidence as well, if you have any at this time?
I think you gotta yell.
Madam Moreau, are you able to hear me?
I apologize. I was
Okay.
whispering. I do not have evidence to present. I would like to point out, though, that not a single shred of evidence has been accepted by the court at this time.
It's not a trial, it's a sentencing hearing.
I was still under the impression that it still had to be accepted.
Ms. King, do you wish to make a statement at this time?
If they ain't got shit on me, that I didn't do it.
That's your only statement at this time?
I mean, I just heard my lawyer say that they didn't accept them, so if they ain't got shit on me, I didn't do it.
You've already entered a plea into the record.
Okay, but like you just asked me what I wanted to say, and that's what I wanted to say. And I kind of feel like I was forced to feel guilty because even though I don't feel guilty, I didn't do it.
Prosecution, please proceed with your argument for sentencing.
Yes, Your Honor. I will be submitting for life in prison with possibility of parole.
The fuck?
After how many such years?
25.
And then your argument towards the sentencing? I want more than just a recommendation. What is your argument towards the sentencing?
Your Honor, she obviously has no remorse for crimes that she has committed, and she also did commit second-degree murder. So that is why I've entered my plea my recommendation of life in prison.
You literally don't even know like what's going on. Like I didn't do it. No fucking no proof. No proof. No cut. No stop.
Madam Moreau, please advise your client to not speak without being asked first, please.
Yeah.
All right, Madam Moreau, please proceed with your argument for sentencing.
Your Honor, at this time, the defense would like to motion for dismissal due to the fact there is not a single piece of evidence accepted by the court against my client, and even with a guilty plea, you still need evidence to back it up before you can condemn someone to life in prison.
Denied. The arrest record is on. Sorry, the arrest record and the guilty plea is on record.
There's no evidence to back up the arrest record, and even with a guilty plea and confession, you still need evidence to prove it in court. Otherwise,
This is, ma'am, this is a sentencing hearing, not a trial.
a sentencing hearing and a trial are the only difference is the plea. However, no evidence was accepted by the court, and therefore there's nothing to back up their claim that she did it.
The evidence is on the arrest report.
Is there anything to back that evidence up?
On the arrest
No
report.
witness? Any witnesses?
It's part of the arrest report. The officers are the witness on the report.
Then just a motion for dismissal due to the fact my client can't face her accuser.
Denied. They pled guilty to the charges.
I mean, technically, like, I don't feel guilty.
Your Honor, in the United States, even if somebody pleads guilty and confesses to a crime, there still needs to be evidence to prove they did it before they can be fully charged.
The evidence is in the arrest report.
I see only an officer's statement, not a sworn affidavit saying that he swears that is what happened.
An arrest report into the trial is a sworn affidavit for that officer. As part of the pre-trial,
It doesn't even say which officer it was.
It'll be the one that submitted the arrest report into the pre-filing.
The defense does not have access to that information.
My recommendation is if you do not agree to the hearing sentencing at this time, you do have the option to appeal within 14 days.
Of course, I will talk to my client about that as her rights are currently being violated. And at this time, the defense recommends no time or fine due to that, and the fact that there's no evidence against my client.
We'll take that into consideration. We'll take a short recess and then return with the Then we'll return with the sentencing.
All rise. The District Court of the State of San Andreas is back in session. The Honorable Judge Castillo is still presiding.
Thank you. Ms. Jaquandria King, as you have pleaded guilty to the aforementioned charges, you are being convicted of a senseless murder of Josh King, victim who was held hostage during your trespass of Bolingbroke Penitentiary. Upon failing to complete your intended task, you decided between you and your accomplice to perform destructive and heinous acts that resulted in the death of Josh King. Based upon the recommendations of the state, you will be held in Bolingbroke. You're being sentenced to life in prison, but with a chance of parole in no less than 25 years. And then with, if the probationary panel deems you appropriate for release, you will be on probation for no less than 10 years. Bailiff, will you please remand her back into Bolingbroke?
Yeah, whatever.
Court is now adjourned.
Thank you, Your Honor.
We gonna talk, girl. We gonna talk.